Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So, there's been a lot of talk about this Mayweather versus Berto fight. Of course, you have the criticism. Of course, you have a lot of people asking the question, why is Floyd fighting against Andre Berto? This is a garbage fight. This is a horrible fight, etc., etc. A lot of criticism surrounding that fight, right? So I thought about something for a second, and once again, a lot of times the stuff that you hear on the internet, or the stuff you even hear from a lot of emotionally attached fans, usually does not reflect the whole truth. It doesn't reflect the reality of the situation. Now, this video is not about trying to figure out if Andre Berto is the best opponent that Floyd Mayweather could have faced. We already know, of course, it's not the best opponent. We already know that. That is a foregone conclusion, right? The question I have for you guys, because this is not the best opponent that Floyd Mayweather could have faced, and once again, because you guys are saying this is such a garbage type of matchup, this is the question I want to ask you guys. Who are you guys going to pay to watch? Golovkin versus Lemieux or Mayweather versus Berto? Now, obviously, a lot of us are going to pay to watch both of these fights. And a lot of people out there will claim they're not going to pay to watch either one, right? Or some of you guys may say, I'll watch Golovkin versus Lemieux, but I'm not going to watch Mayweather versus Berto. Now, trust me when I tell you guys, I don't even know the answer to the question I'm asking you, because I don't know. Anything could happen. For all we know, Mayweather-Berto could be a huge flop, right? Once again, you have a lot of people constantly saying that this is a garbage fight. But now that I think about it, that is the exact same thing that a lot of these decafs said about the Mayweather versus Maidana rematch, right? And what makes that situation so ironic is because after Floyd beat Maidana the first time, you had these decafs saying Maidana kicked Floyd's ass. And then they would say stuff like, Floyd never gives people rematches. That's why he's not a great, etc., etc. They would say crazy stuff like that. And then right after they said that, what does Floyd Mayweather do? He gives Maidana a rematch. And then those same fans who said that Maidana whooped Floyd's ass and he doesn't give fighters rematches, they changed their story around, and now they're saying, oh, this rematch is garbage. Nobody wants to see this fight. Floyd is cherry picking again. You see how quick these cats, they change their story? Because the shit that they say, they don't really mean. It's just therapeutic for them to even say it, right? So anyway, they complain about this rematch. This rematch is such a garbage fight between Floyd Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Can you guys please explain to me, how is it possible Mayweather versus Maidana 2 did better numbers than the first fight? The answer is very simple. Numbers don't lie. But ignorant ass fans, they do. You see, these ignorant fans, they love to pander to a false logic. They know it's a false logic, but they pander to it because they want to justify their own personal ignorance. They know that the truth is going to come out, but they are going to try to suppress the truth for as long as they can, right? So once again, we go back to the original question. If Mayweather versus Berto is such a garbage fight, who's going to do better numbers? Is it going to be Golovkin versus Lemieux? Or is it going to be Mayweather versus Andre Berto? I would probably lean towards Mayweather versus Berto. I truly believe that, like fans always do, they say they're not going to watch it, it's garbage, and they're going to be one of the first people paying for the pay-per-view. The majority of fans are going to be watching Floyd Mayweather because the truth of the matter is, just like trainer Nacho Beristain said, Floyd Mayweather is the Michael Jordan of the sport. Truly he is. And like Canelo Alvarez's trainer said, Floyd Mayweather is the best in the galaxy. He said some other stuff that was pretty similar to what Nacho Beristain said. The majority of fans are going to tune in because we are watching the Michael Jordan of the sport. And then you're going to have a smaller portion of people that's going to tune in because they're hoping that Andre Berto will become Buster Douglas that night and land a lucky punch. Maybe upset Floyd Mayweather, right? Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. And while we're still talking about the Michael Jordan comparison, isn't it funny how a trainer like Nacho Beristain, he can call Floyd Mayweather the Michael Jordan, which is the highest praise you can give any athlete, right? We could be calling a golf player the Michael Jordan of golf, right? A soccer player the Michael Jordan of soccer. When you call somebody Michael Jordan, you are giving them the highest praise you can give any athlete. But of course, when Nacho says something like that, no one attacks his race, no one calls him gay, nobody tries to assassinate his character. We know what time it is. So anyway, going back to Gennady Golovkin, obviously Tom Loeffler, he feels that he has something very special, and he's trying to do everything he can do to capitalize off of Gennady Golovkin as a brand. And from the perspective of a businessman, I totally understand. He wants to make him a star, and he believes, Tom Loeffler, he believes that this is the perfect fight to launch his pay-per-view career. I truly believe that unless Golovkin beats someone on a Carl Froch stature or, of course, an Andre Ward, even if he were to knock out an Edeslani Lara, I think that would be a step to the right direction. Of course, if he were to beat the winner of Cotto versus Canelo, that is going to make him a real pay-per-view star. He's not a pay-per-view star right now, and a lot of people don't know who David Lemieux is. Now, is the fight going to be excellent? Oh yeah, the fight is going to be great. I mean, me as a boxing fan, I can't wait to watch the fight because it's going to be real fireworks, right? But I'm just saying, you cannot call Mayweather versus Berto a garbage fight, and then you pay for the Mayweather fight, but you don't pay for the Golovkin fight. And I'm telling you guys right now, if Golovkin only does 300 to 400,000 views or pay-per-view buys, and Floyd Mayweather does anything from 700 to 800,000 buys, then we know these fans didn't really mean it when they said this Mayweather versus Berto fight, was garbage. I'll close with saying this. You asked Floyd Mayweather to fight Manny Pacquiao for years and years and years. Right before the fight, even when Mayweather is negotiating the fight, you guys are still saying he's scared of Manny Pacquiao. Even when he's negotiating, you guys are still accusing him of ducking and being afraid. Then Floyd Mayweather signs the contract. He beats Manny Pacquiao as expected, right? He was always expected to beat Manny Pacquiao. Once Floyd Mayweather gives you guys the fight you wanted to watch, now the decafs want to turn around and say, oh, it was a garbage fight. It was garbage. It was the worst fight I've ever seen. I didn't like the fight, etc., etc. So I have to ask you guys a question. If you didn't like Mayweather fighting the guy that you wanted him to fight, personally, why would Mayweather care what you think in his very next fight? Just something to think about. That's all I got. I'm on to the next one.